Urgent Cleveland Browns fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Cleveland Browns updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Browns fans, let's sit down for a moment and talk about something that's been buzzing around the NFL lately, something that might just change the landscape of the league in the coming months. You've probably heard the whispers, the rumors, and maybe even seen some highlights popping up on social media, but today, I want to give you a full, detailed picture of what's happening behind the scenes, what it means for Cleveland, and why you should be excited about the future of your beloved team. Because, folks, this isn't just about some college quarterback shining on a Saturday afternoon, it's about a potential game-changer, a young talent whose journey might soon lead him straight to Cleveland Browns Stadium, wearing the orange and brown. So, let's start from the top. The NFL draft is always a time of hope, speculation, and sometimes, surprises. Every year, teams scour college football, searching for that next franchise quarterback. You know, the player who can elevate the team, lead with charisma, and become the face of the franchise for years to come. And right now, there are a couple of names that are making waves, names that are on the radar of every NFL team, including the Cleveland Browns. Among these, one name stands out, Shedeur Sanders, the son of none other than Deion Sanders, the legendary Hall of Famer, who is now making headlines in his own right as a college coach and football icon. Shedeur Sanders, playing for Jackson State University, has been turning heads all season long. From his very first game, it was clear that this kid isn't just riding on his dad's fame, he's got serious talent. His arm strength, accuracy, decision-making, and ability to read the field are reminiscent of some of the best quarterbacks in the league. And what's even more impressive is how he's been able to adapt to the college game so quickly, thriving in a system that emphasizes explosive passing and smart play. You've seen the highlights, those deep throws, tight window completions, and the calmness he exudes under pressure. It's no wonder NFL scouts are already comparing him to some of the top prospects in this year's draft. But it's not just Shedeur Sanders making news. There's another name that's been gaining traction among those in the know, Dillon Gabriel from the University of Central Florida. Gabriel has been a consistent performer, a quarterback with a quick release, excellent decision-making, and the ability to extend plays with his legs. His stats are impressive, and his leadership on the field is undeniable. In many ways, he's emerging as a top-tier talent, and teams are already placing bets on him as a potential early-round pick in next year's draft. The Browns, in particular, have been watching these developments closely, especially given their ongoing search for a reliable, dynamic quarterback to lead the future of the franchise. Now, why does this matter so much for Cleveland fans? Well, you know how important the quarterback position is in today's NFL. It's the engine that drives your team's success, the player who can turn a game around with a single throw or a crucial run. And with the current roster, there's been some uncertainty, some questions about whether the Browns have that consistent, franchise-caliber QB to take them to the next level. Deshaun Watson, of course, is the current starter, and he's got the talent and experience, but like many teams, Cleveland is always on the lookout for the next big thing, for that young signal caller who can grow with the team, develop chemistry, and become a leader both on and off the field. And here's where the excitement kicks in. The Browns front office, led by GM Andrew Berry and head coach Kevin Stefanski, are known for their strategic approach. They're watching the college landscape very carefully, analyzing tape, talking to scouts, and mapping out their options. Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel are just two names among many, but they're the ones making the biggest noise right now. The buzz is that Cleveland might be eyeing one of these quarterbacks in the upcoming draft, especially if they believe that player can be a long-term solution. This isn't just idle speculation, there are strong indications that Cleveland's decision-makers are doing their homework, analyzing combined performances, interview reports, and game film to see if these young guns fit their vision. Let's not forget the influence of Deion Sanders in all of this. The Hall of Famer turned college coach has transformed Jackson State into a powerhouse, and his son's success is a testament to his coaching acumen. It's a story of talent, hard work, and the desire to succeed at the highest level. Shedeur's journey from Jackson State to possibly becoming an NFL starter is not only inspiring but also a reflection of how much NFL teams are willing to invest in high-upside quarterbacks with the right intangibles. The Browns, with their history of taking calculated risks and building through the draft, could very well be preparing to make a move that makes sense for their future. Now, let's talk about what's happening this season. The college football landscape is incredibly competitive right now, with a lot of talented players vying for recognition. Shedeur Sanders has already turned some heads with his performances in key games, leading Jackson State to impressive victories and showcasing that he can handle pressure situations. His stats are eye-popping: passing yards, touchdowns, and completion percentages that rival some of the top prospects in the nation. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel has been a steady force for UCF, putting up big numbers and demonstrating that he can be a franchise quarterback at the next level. And of course, all eyes are on the NFL Combine, the pro days, and the interviews. Teams like Cleveland are going to be dissecting every detail, trying to get a sense of the mental makeup, leadership qualities, and intangibles that these young quarterbacks bring to the table. It's not just about arm strength and accuracy, it's about the ability to handle the pressure of the NFL, to read defenses, to make smart decisions, and to lead a team through adversity. That's what separates the good prospects from the great ones, and Cleveland is looking for the latter. As the draft approaches, the chatter will only intensify. Will the Browns trade up to get their guy? Will they stay put and select a quarterback in the early rounds? Or, perhaps, they'll wait and see if one of these talented players slips a little further down the board. The NFL is unpredictable, and that's part of what makes it so exciting. But one thing is clear: Cleveland's front office is actively exploring all options, and the potential of landing a young, talented quarterback like Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel has everyone in the city buzzing. Now, what does this all mean for Browns fans? It means hope. It means that the team is actively building for the future, that the front office isn't just content with the status quo, and that they're willing to take some risks to get that long-term solution at quarterback. It's an exciting time, full of possibilities, and if these young talents do indeed land in Cleveland, it could mark the start of a new chapter, one where the Browns become real contenders once again. And let's not forget the emotional aspect. Seeing a player like Shedeur Sanders, following in his father's footsteps, making a name for himself on the big stage, it's a story that resonates with everyone who loves football. Deion Sanders' influence on the sport is immense, and his son's rise adds another layer of excitement to an already thrilling NFL draft season. It's a story of legacy, of talent, and of hope for a franchise that's been seeking stability and success for decades. So, as we look ahead, it's clear that Cleveland is in a fascinating position. The draft is still a few months away, but the buzz is already building. The Browns have options, and they're exploring every avenue to ensure they're making the best decision for their future. Whether it's Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel, or another talented quarterback, the team's focus is on finding that franchise player who can lead them back to the playoffs and, ultimately, to Super Bowl glory. In the end, Browns fans, what we're witnessing is the beginning of a new era. The potential of these young quarterbacks isn't just hype, it's backed by impressive performances, strong scouting reports, and a team that's hungry for success. The coming months will be crucial, as Cleveland's front office makes their moves, and we'll be here, bringing you every update, every rumor, and every revelation. So buckle up, Browns Nation, because the road to the NFL draft is heating up, and the future is looking bright. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. Now, for those of you who are hardcore Browns fans, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe that Shedeur Sanders is the real deal? Could he be the next great quarterback to wear the orange and brown? Or do you think Dillon Gabriel has what it takes to become Cleveland's future leader? Maybe you're still holding out hope for someone else, maybe a surprise pick that no one's talking about yet. Whatever your opinion, drop it in the comments below because your voice really matters to us and, more importantly, to the Cleveland Browns. We're all in this together, dreaming of a brighter future, and your insights help shape the conversation. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates, breakdowns, and deep dives into everything happening in the NFL and especially with the Browns. The offseason may just be starting, but the excitement is already building. So stay tuned, stay engaged, and keep that Brown spirit alive because the best is yet to come. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's go Browns!